So what is outcome thinking and how does it differ from a lot of training programs out there? See, the majority of training programs look at if we teach you the behavior, you will be able to deliver on the outcome that is desired. The problem with this is it forgets about a fundamental core of what drives the behavior in the first place. And if this core is ignored or not changed, what essentially happens is people resort to their old behaviors. This is why about 70% of all training ends up falling off to the wayside and not resulting in the change needed. Yet the reality is you do need those changes. You do need to have leaders that can present their ideas clearly and succinctly and be compelling to others. And if you're not getting the results you currently are utilizing, what tends to happen is new training programs are brought in, and pretty soon it feels like it's flavor of the month because we're trying to result in that fundamental change. So what is that core item that needs to be addressed that's often forgotten in training programs? And that is the beliefs. What are the beliefs that people have that need to be changed in order to drive the behavior and drive to the outcome? Now let me give you an example of what I mean by changing beliefs in order to reach outcomes and why behaviors to outcomes doesn't work. An example of this would be I was traveling and I was at this hotel, and at the hotel they had Quaker oatmeal that you could get in the breakfast. And what I'd see is people would pick up the Quaker oatmeal cup, and right on the back Quaker had instructions which said fill to water to this level, stir, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and your oatmeal will be ready. So I saw people grab the Quaker cup, read the instructions which told them how to behave. They then looked around for the water. Well, they couldn't find the water, and they would pick up pitchers of cold water, fill it up, and stir it, put it in the microwave, and the oatmeal would promptly explode everywhere. And I'd watch the person at the hotel get upset, drop their head. They'd walk over, they'd explain to a person that they did it wrong. I'd see them gesture somewhere over by the coffee pots for hot water. This would happen almost every morning. Now, the next time I come back to the hotel believes they've addressed the problem. Remember, the outcome they want is they want people to not use the microwave anymore for stirring with their oatmeal. But what they've done is they've addressed the behavior by putting a plaque on the microwave that says, for your oatmeal, use hot water by coffee pot. So now what you saw is people picked up the Quaker oatmeal cup, they read on the back the instructions, they looked up, looked at the microwave, saw that they were supposed to get the hot water by the coffee pot, went over to that, filled up the hot water, stirred, put it in the microwave, and it exploded everywhere. See, the gold plaque was only addressing the behavior. Use the hot water. But what it wasn't addressing was the belief each person had, which is obviously the instructions on the back of this Quaker oatmeal cup are what I'm supposed to be going by, because they are the makers of the oatmeal, and if I want a good cup of oatmeal, I must microwave it. Since that belief was never adjusted, never changed, people's behavior never changed. Same thing happens at your organization. People have fundamental beliefs about things, and if those are not addressed, they will continue to behave in accordance with their beliefs, not in accordance with the outcome that you are trying to reach. Outcome thinking helps you change it. What we do is fundamentally look at the brain and how you need to shift those beliefs in the brain in order to get the natural behavior to come out that will support the outcome, which will then drive and support the new belief. So we'll take you through a process that will show you exactly how to do this and how to be compelling so that you speak with authenticity and integrity, how you're able to negotiate and remove 70% of what hits the negotiating table, how you're able to handle conflict with ease and get to the root of the problem or issue, how in sales you can use it to excavate and truly become a trusted partner with a person, and as leaders, how you can use this to be more strategic in the way you think and less tactical. Call us today to see how we can help you with outcome thinking to fundamentally drive towards the outcomes your organization's trying to reach. We find with outcome thinking that productivity increases by over 25%. There's an increase in profits, increase in morale, and a reduction of stress, because everything's aligned to build an accountability culture that's high in respect and trust as well as accountability. We look forward to chatting with you and sharing how outcome thinking can help you reach your goals.